Hey guys, welcome. Today I'm going to tell a story, and a very interesting story, if you ask me. It's the story of Hessie. Hessie Taft. She was a famous baby. But yeah, before I get into it, it shows what it's actually a story filled with irony, and it also shows that propaganda and fascists' beliefs around purity and all that crap is just fictional. It doesn't really exist. But yeah, let me just tell you the story. Actually, it's not a story. It's what actually happened. So, Hessie, she was a baby. She was born in the Taft family, and the family, they were, I think they were Icelandic or from Estonia. Not really sure about that, but they moved to Germany in the 1920s, and they were opera singers. I believe the mother was, though, and they got pregnant, and back in 1920s, as is today, it's customary to take some pictures of your baby when they were newborns. So, as the proud parents that they were, they took pictures with a photographer, because back then, obviously, people did not have a handheld camera to make pictures themselves. But the pictures were taken of the baby, and yeah, so it's a little bit later that the Third Reich, the administration of the Nazi regime in Germany, they launched a propaganda campaign on finding the ideal Aryan baby. And the photographer who took the picture of Hessie, he was like, this is a really beautiful baby. But he also knew that Hessie was in fact a Jewish baby, because the Taft family, they were Jewish. And the persecution of the Jewish people only really started in the 1930s. But the photographer, he actually sent the picture to the propaganda administration for the campaign that they launched to find the perfect Aryan baby. And out of 100 or over 100 pictures, guess what picture Joseph Goebbels chose? That's right, he chose Hessie, the baby, which is a Jewish baby, and he chose that picture as the ideal Aryan-born baby, which is very ironic, obviously. And also, what had happened next is that she became a very, very famous baby in the Third Reich. She was put on posters and such, but nobody really knew the origin of the baby. Just was the picture that they used. But the mother of Hessie obviously was worried, because she was a Jewish-born baby, and she was afraid that if they found out about it, that the consequences wouldn't be no good, So that's why she made sure that Hessie never came outside, or to a minimum, because she was afraid that she would be recognized, because she was a very famous baby in Germany back then. And the reason that the photographer sent the picture to the administration was also out of irony. He was like, I know this is a Jewish baby, but he didn't tell. But he just sent it, and lo and behold, they chose that baby because obviously the photographer knew this is a beautiful baby. So it would be ironic that the Nazi regime that is so, you know, what's the word? So hooked on certain appearances and stuff like that, that they would choose a Jewish baby, and they actually did, as I already said. So yeah, the photographer was kind of like, it was a dangerous joke actually, but a very yeah, a joke with very much meaning in my opinion, because nowadays propaganda is just taking other forms. Social media is just flooded with fake images and AI generated nonsense about everything, and we consume it on a daily basis. And you can be damn sure that there are administrations that want to, I don't know, make people believe certain things, and the things like, like the Aryan theory and stuff. It's so superficial because it doesn't really exist, But people back then, they were convinced that there was a thing like the perfect Aryan baby, and then they choose a Jewish-born baby to depict it, to be like the image of the perfect Aryan baby, which just goes to show the irony and the the fact that it's all just like make believe, and it's a story throughout that happened in history, which is of high value, and I believe even that the baby, she only told the story later on in life, obviously, because she did manage to survive World War II, and she became like 90 years old, I think. But her story was told often, because let me just look at my notes. Because of the fact that the irony, and she also testified that she could laugh about it later on in life, because she thought it was the perfect, joke to like expose the idiotic belief of fascism and superiority through race and stuff like that, because it's just ridiculous, and yeah, I just wanted to tell this story, because I really like. I just stumbled upon an article and I was like, yeah, that's interesting, and yeah, I just wanted to tell the story, I guess. So that was basically it. So she was the poster baby of the Third Reich, and she was completely Jewish. So that goes to show that all of these beliefs, like fascist beliefs, they are just complete nonsense, And propaganda is just is basically just a bunch of lies. People always want to make other people believe stuff that they don't want to believe. That's not in their best interest to believe, but that plays upon these paleolithic emotions inside our brains, and that's how the people making the propaganda end up in power. They play on the emotions of us, and yeah, I don't know. That was basically it for today. I hope you thought the video was interesting, and I hope you thought this story was interesting. Yeah, Okay, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye. Stop recording.